How you doing? This is Robin Williams with Empower Network, and I just wanted to shoot a quick video on how to stop the craziness that's going on inside your head right now. And pretty much what it is having the same recurring crazy thought, and having that same crazy recurring thought gives you what? The same crazy recurring results, and it may appear a little different, but really it's the same. And one of my examples I have is when I was living in Washington State, and I guess I caught a flat tire, and I think it had a nail in it. And it was always like, my thought process was always like, damn, this is going to cost me money. And it probably would have been about, I don't know, $75 to $100 for a new tire, or 10 to 20 book, excuse me, goodness, 10 to 20 bucks to get a fix, And for someone who doesn't have a lot of money, that's a lot, and it's something that can keep running in your head, like, I hope this crap doesn't happen again. But somebody who does have a lot of money, like, doesn't worry about spending $100 or $300 on a dinner, that might not be a lot. They probably like, oh, just give me a new tire. And so what happened was, I can't remember if I had to pay full price for a new tire or not, but I learned that if a nail punctures your tire on the side, you pretty much have to pay for a new one. Or if it punctures in the middle of the tire, you can just get a repair. I remember knowing that because every time I got a flat tire, I would fear that it punched on the side of the tire. So for someone who didn't have a lot of money, it was like, oh shit, I got to pay for a new tire, And the tire happened, and then, I shit you not, maybe within the span of 3 months, I had 5 flat tires. I'm like, holy shit, there's only 4 tires in the car. How did someone get 5 flat tires in 3 months? And it was all because every day after that first flat tire, I would look out, I would go out my house, I would look at the tire, hoping not to see a flat tire, and I got a damn flat tire 5 times within the span of 3 months. And so that was one example of how, your thought process could pretty much screw with your life. I had to actually train myself to not look at the tire, because at this point in my life, I already knew the power of your thoughts. I already knew the power of your feelings. I already knew the power of your expectations. And I would go out and look at the damn tires. And so, after the second time, it's like, well, damn, I got another one. I got another flat tire. And then that just put more belief that another flat tire is coming. So I just kept looking. And not every day, evidently, not every day I went out there, it was a flat tire. But I would look so often that I was attracting flat tire after flat tire after flat tire after flat tire. So it was kind of mind-boggling, especially after I had to drive from Washington State to DC area. And I forget how many miles it is, but it took us about 3 days. So that was mind-boggling when I had to take that trip across the United States. All I was thinking about, well, really, I had no choice but to not think about it. I had to get that out of my head, that I'm going to get a flat tire. And then the thought may have came up, but I just had to quickly add no feeling to it. I had to quickly just get it out of my expectations, out of my my thoughts. And so that is one way, that's just one reason why you should just stop thinking all those bad thoughts right now. And it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy when it's not. Sometimes it's hard to get a bad thought, especially how deep you are in the circumstances you are now. You may be, right now, you may be trying to pay your rent. You may be getting a court, I don't know, they might be trying to take you to court for your rent. And so that may be a little bit hard for you to stop thinking about that during the day, because you're trying to figure out how you're going to get the money. The best way I can tell you to do for that is to keep telling yourself to have total faith. And I know that me saying have total faith is like saying it's easy to not have those thoughts, but if you keep telling yourself over and over and over again, then eventually, those thoughts are going to settle down. You're going to start seeing different results in your life to help you go through what you're going now. I'm trying to think of another thought I had was when I joined a company. I'm not going to say what company it was. And this is a little different. It was, I had those thoughts, but it wasn't a thought specifically like the tire. It wasn't like, am I going to have a flat tire? I had thoughts, I guess I was on a business and I had to drive from point A to point B from my house to the business area where we had meetings about, I think, twice a week. And sometimes I didn't really do it. If you're from the DC metro area, you don't want to get on that road 2 times a week when you don't have to. Outside of your job, outside of everything else you have to, every other place you have to go. So I had to drive from point A to point B, and I think it was a total of 40 minutes of driving to get there and 40 minutes to get back. So sometimes I just really didn't feel like taking my behind and going to my meeting. And so the fact that I just really didn't want to, stuff started happening that prevented me from going, that stopped me from going. Like the car, something will be wrong with the car, you know. So if something's wrong with the car, evidently I can't get there, you know. So those type of thoughts can affect others' situations in your life. And hell, I didn't want to pay for, you know, I think I had some type of motor oil spill or something like that. I didn't want to pay for that crap, you know. So just having the thought that I don't want to get there, things and circumstances start happening to where you just can't get there because your thoughts eventually attracted you situations to make that true, that make, okay, you won't go there. So that was another thing that was another shitty thought. So some of the things that I've been doing to eliminate these crappy thoughts was something simple as meditating. And maybe you're not used to meditating, maybe you tried it, maybe you never even heard of meditation before this video. But all it was me sitting in a room alone with no noise or whatever, and just laying straight, putting something over my eyes. I always have to have something over my eyes. I did another video that tells you a little bit more about meditation. But putting something over my eyes, laying down, breathing deeply in through my nose and out through my mouth, and just, you really don't do anything and just do nothing, okay? Just breathe in, breathe out, and try to clear your mind. And then you might be going, okay, it's hard to clear your mind when you have all these thoughts running. Yeah, thoughts run. And the easiest way it was for me to get rid of the thoughts was just to count my breath. Simple. It was hard for me. You're probably saying it's hard for you. I can't do it. Then, I mean, we're talking about thoughts here. You just have to say you can do it, and you just go do it, because really it's that simple. I'm not going to say that thoughts aren't going to run up. To me, they still run up today. I meditated this morning and I still had thoughts running, but I just had to count them. Or you may find it more comfortable, which was good for me, is getting a guided meditation, just sticking some earphones in and they're talking you through the meditation. And it's kind of almost like you can't think about this and that at the same time, so you're so concentrating on thinking about this person on the other end of your ears or whatever, and what they're saying during the meditation. So that helps a lot too if you want to try something like that. Changing your thought process can be easy, as easy as sitting down, writing what you would like to see in your life or your current situation. So maybe if you're at a point right now where you need to pay your rent, maybe just sit there and write a beautiful story of how you paid your rent, you know. And I'm talking about using your senses, your putting your feelings into it and stuff like that, and telling a story, and you write it, and it's so powerful. It's so powerful, it will blow your mind. That's another top one. And sometimes you just gotta pretend. And you probably like, what is this, a kiddie thing? Yeah, I think it was a kiddie thing, because at one point in time we did pretend, but I think we got out of line of our true self eventually as we became older. So yeah, it's a kiddie thing. You have to pretend, you have to imaginate, you have to visualize, pretend you're already there to get rid of these thoughts that you're having, because until you stop having those thoughts, those bad thoughts, then you're not going to see any changes in your life. And I just want to give you another example of how things could actually follow you for years on end. And one of them was with a family member of mine who was talking to me on the phone, and she stated that it doesn't matter where she moves, where she goes. Like, first of all, she couldn't stay in one spot at more than a couple months to a year. She always had a circumstance happen to where she moved. But she said it doesn't matter where she moved, what other people that she came in contact with. She said it seems like the same shit was happening to her over and over and over and over again. The only change from each situation to situation was the people who played a part in her life. The people brought the same thing. They were just different people. And that's the power of your thoughts. And not and the whole thing about her moving over and over again, because she was upset about that too. She said, I just can't stop. I just can't stay in one place. Something happens to where I have to move. But the crazy thing I had to bring up to her was that you think that maybe that she would have to think about her past. She grew up in foster care. In foster care, what do? You move over and over and over and over again. So that was something big right there. That was an eye-opener for me. Hopefully it was an eye-opener for her too. And I think she's doing very well right now. I think she's been somewhere for like 2 years, and that sounds like nothing, right? But literally she would have been not moved somewhere else by now. So that was an eye-opener for me of how something can follow you from childhood up into your life, and it doesn't matter if you like it or not, it'll follow you. So just take some of those little techniques that I gave you about visualizations and meditations, and just write a script on how you want your life to look to get rid of those thoughts, because I don't want anybody living in bondage and living in the same thing over and over again, because it sucks. I did it and it sucks majorly ass. And luckily I didn't have all this crazy things that happened to me. Like, some people are homeless, some people, suffering from so many illnesses. And I'm not trying to say any illnesses is your fault, but if you change your thought process, I'm pretty sure it'll improve some things in your life. But it hurts to just do the same, do something and expect different results and not getting it. You're doing something else, taking the same action, you're having the same thoughts, you're expecting something bigger and better, and really you're not going to get it until you change those thoughts. So this is Robin with Empower Network. If you want more empowering techniques and things for your life, just join the Button Empower Network. Most people don't even know it, but we're not just a marketing, we don't just have online marketing products. We have things that will empower you and wherever you are in your life. I don't care if you're homeless, I don't care if you're you're a single parent, I don't care if you're working full-time 80 hours a week. We have all types of people. In fact, I can't really think of the type of people we don't really have in our business. So we have people all over making money, people all over changing their lives. It's not even all about the money here in Empower Network. So if you're one of those people who's looking for a change, you're here evidently for a reason. Just click on the button and join my team, and we'll go from there. I look forward to building history with people. So I'll see you on the inside. Take care. Much love. Bye.